It was a night full of policy.
We should have a family care model that makes choice possible.
Current events.
It is a horrific tragedy with this hurricane, and my heart goes out to the folks that are down there.
And tough questions.
Why should Americans trust that you will give Donald Trump the advice he needs to hear?
As the vice presidential nominees made the cases for themselves.
I have poured my heart into my community.
And their running mates.
Donald Trump delivered for the American people.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance followed suit with his running mate Donald Trump as he attempted to blame many political issues on Vice President Kamala Harris's immigration policies.
Margaret, that's not the entire driver of higher housing prices. It's also the regulatory regime of Kamala Harris.
And he upheld the former president's claims that the country needs a change.
It's going to stop when Donald Trump brings back common sense to this country.
Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota also following his running mate's lead, taking a strong pro-choice stance on abortion, using examples from his home state to showcase his experience.
So in Minnesota, what we did was restore Roe versus Wade. We made sure that we put women in charge of their health care.
Moderators confronted both candidates about skeletons in their closets. Walz's recently questioned trips to Tiananmen Square.
The question was, can you explain the discrepancy?
All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said.
And Vance's previous criticisms of Trump.
Well, first of all, Margaret, because I've always been open. And sometimes, of course, I've disagreed with the president, but I've also been extremely open about the fact that I was wrong about Donald Trump.
Both sides are calling it a win for their VP nominees, and for good reason. CBS producers only turned off the candidates' mics once.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining the legal process.
And for the better majority of 90 minutes, the two remained civil, taking notes and even chatting as they shook hands. According to the latest New York Times Siena poll, the contest is still within the margin of error, but the polls won't show the effects of the debate for a few weeks. And vice presidential debates haven't historically changed the course of a campaign, especially this late in the game. Ella Mercer, TCU News Now.